Once again, wrong button.
No, I didn't hit the wrong button.
She thought she was in
That time I
control.
hit the wrong
How
button.
wrong she was.
We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
Screw this. Welcome back to the Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast. This is episode 36.
Ooh, 36.
36, yes.
Oh, yeah.
36 of them. Wow.
Look at us go.
Jeez, Joe. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for joining. If you haven't watched us, if you're on YouTube, first of all, if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. This is a big thing for us. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers and let's see what happens from there. All right.
Yes.
I am James Gill, your host. This is my co-host, Joe Hill. All right,
That's
we have a
right,
special
that's right.
guest.
I'll say it.
Oh, no.
IIdiko.
I
There you
was
go.
going to say it.
I was waiting for Joe to do it, but I knew he was.
Joe,
Oh,
Joe,
there got
Joe
it.
is horrible at
IIdiko.
names now.
IIdiko.
IIdiko
That'll work.
Widman.
For some
is
reason
our
I got-
Yes, it
special
is.
guest,
Yes, it is.
guys.
I got to raise up when I say IIdiko.
Well,
we-
usually, I
she has-
everybody stops and I go. I
before-
just raise my hand. And go, it's IIdiko. Oh, okay, I got it.
Before we get any further,
IIdiko.
she has many talents. She's the lead singer of Raucous Leo, and a total a lot of other things. that
Oh,
she
we'll
does.
get in the other things in a little bit.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
We will. I'm sure we will.
Really interesting.
Give us a little backstory about yourself.
Ooh,
Ooh,
gosh,
I like
where do I start?
backstories.
Good Lord.
You need chills?
Let's see. Third of 4 kids.
Okay.
Middle child. Shocker. Not really. Gen X.
Gen X.
Gen X.
Yes.
I know that sounds odd. You're probably thinking that I'm old as shit, but
No, I'm the
but
same.
no,
I'm
no,
same
yeah, so,
generation.
yeah. I'm a college professor. I teach around the country. I'm also the lead band in Raucous Leo,
Yep.
lead singer there. And I've got 3 kids. Lived around the area my whole life. Although I am a Buckeye, sorry.
It's okay. I'm an Irish fan.
Oh, you're
Well,
not.
I bet
Oh,
your
see, now
fans
you're
would-
not.
We're
I thought we were
Irish.
going to get along, and now we
No,
can't.
Well, I
Irish,
bet your
sorry.
fans would
Yeah.
not love you
Yeah,
at all.
I know. But I know this is terrible. I might lose a lot of people for this, but I'm a Michigan State basketball fan, so I'm a basketball player over football, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's that. But
There we have
there
it.
you have it.
guys.
That's kind of the gist
There
of
we
me.
have- there we have it.
I also play volleyball,
Sports, athlete,
lots of sports.
athlete.
Yeah, I'm a forever sports person.
Wait a
You
minute.
said
What'd you,
something. You said something before we started.
yeah, that's what I was
was it
looking at.
again? Call it again.
A jock nerd.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
you
That
go.
was the word I was looking for.
I am a jock nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a
Very
jock. I'm a
into-
nerd.
very-
You just
very
put them
into
together. I'm a jock
brains.
nerd. That's what this is.
Jock with
Very
brains.
into academics. and
Very,
sports.
yeah. The more sciencey it is, the more I'm into it. The more sports it is, the more
very
I'm into
nice,
it. Played
very
rugby
nice.
in college.
Yeah,
Seriously?
Was an 8-man. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
See, I don't know much about rugby.
I know.
Size. I was
I
checking
weigh
out
a
your
buck.
size.
I weigh a buck 32.
Were you the runner?
No, I was an 8-man. 8-man's like
8-man?
we were playing 15s, 15 full field.
Yeah.
Normally, a lot of times you see 7s, but in 15s, I was an 8-man, which I'm going to liken it to a quarterback in football.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my best way to
Describe
it. Yeah.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the best sport I've ever played, honestly.
So is it
Hands down.
tougher than football?
Everything. Yeah.
No pads.
There's no pads.
No pads.
You're just smashing
Yeah, you're
people.
just smashing
Full out,
Yeah.
full out, full
I've
run.
watched it. I've
I was
always
gonna say, don't you watch rugby?
It
Yeah,
is.
no, I've
It's rough.
had this intrigue with rugby ever since I started watching it. I saw a guy get poked in the eye I was like, holy crap, I want to watch more. Of
Shit, they
this.
get poked everywhere. What the hell are you
Yes.
talking about?
Right.
No,
Honest.
just said one instance that poked in the eye. I was like, holy shit.
If somebody's not breaking a bone during a game,
You're not playing.
you're not playing right.
Okay.
Or you're not hitting right, either one of those.
Right,
But one of those is going to happen almost every time.
So who's the biggest person you ever tackled?
There was some hosses from Central. Man. It's like,
She says hoss.
there's fucking hosses.
Some offensive line.
Yeah, seriously, like
Some
in a
hosses.
dress. That's about it. Like that's what it was like. It was some hosses. I'd say probably Central and Bowling Green, because we at the time we were the very first team. I played for Fair State.
Okay.
Ooh,
We
go
were-
Bulldogs.
Yeah, and now there were a bunch of us that we just hung around the rugby guys. They were hot,
Yeah.
of course we did.
Tough.
And so then we started
Muscular.
liking the game, and we said, "Hey, teach us."
Yeah.
And they were like, "You can't do it. Try us." So there was about 17 of us, and we were the very first team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good story.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was
That's kind of cool.
a very interesting dynamic to it. Yeah.
So how has women's rugby grown?
Oh, immensely. Like we
since-
went back, me and a couple of the girls from the first team
Yeah.
went back to the rugby reunion, which we all got, everybody. Yeah, I know it sounds so funny, but there were probably 60 girls now that came to the rugby reunion. We played against, the current players. I didn't get to because I've had a lot of surgeries from sports, and I had just had shoulder surgery, so I couldn't play. But I was out there certainly rooting them on. But
Oh, they're good jock support.
I'll play on the next one. I'll play on the exactly.
Good jock support.
Good job. But I drank a lot on the sidelines, so that was fun.
man.
Went to the the rugby party after, so that was great.
So rugby party. What's that all about? Yeah.
So
How's that
something that you
You're
need to
very
know about
intrigued
rugby.
about this.
Rugby is a
Yeah.
very respectful sport.
Very.
And I mean respectful. Like
Yeah.
you don't talk to a referee angrily at all.
Okay.
Your own players will get on you and teach you a lesson from back talking a referee. And
So it's total respect
it is
for the referee.
absolutely respectful. And that is also for the other team. Now, I may hate you right now while I'm playing you, but we're going to have a party later tonight and you're invited and you better show up. And both teams party together at the end of the night.
No shit.
No shit. And so it's a very,
Toga.
oh yeah. And a rugby party is better than any party out there. I can't explain it. You'll have to go to one. I can't explain it.
Secret details.
Yeah.
I've been to one. I went to Ferris.
Oh, you went to Fair State too?
Yeah.
I lived above the guitar store.
Oh, did
Wait,
you really?
hold on,
Yeah.
time out.
Yeah.
You were a part of rugby.
Oh, no, I didn't. Wasn't part of rugby. I went to rugby parties.
parties, yes.
Shit, it's Ferris. We
Yeah,
all
it's Ferris.
party.
That's the only thing to do up there,
We all
really.
party.
You just party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upper Michigan.
Like-
It's not Upper Michigan.
It's there.
Well, it's Upper Michigan.
It's an hour. It's an hour north or 45 minutes north of Grand
Yeah,
Rapids. Yeah.
It's like 2.5 hours away.
Northern Michigan.
That's the farthest north I've been since in a long time.
Well, you need to go further.
I know I have. I have now. That's
You're
really
really
it's really
dick,
messed
right?
with. When
It's
people
not-
ask me how far have you been up north? I said Big Rapids.
That's it. That's as far as you go.
The last year and a half is
Suck.
the farthest I've been. I mean, now I've been to Traverse City and places like
Oh,
that.
To
now
world
you-
traveler.
Yeah, I know.
Just
I
a
know, that's what I
world
said.
traveler.
That's what I said to myself. I said,
You're gonna need a
"Yeah."
damn passport after this. What the
Whoa,
hell?
whoa,
You might
settle
go
your
into
soul.
Anna.
Whoa.
Don't get too crazy.
Yeah, I've been south, all the places. I said, why do I want to go up north? There's snow. What the fuck is that? I don't want to go up north. It gets cold.
Yeah, it does,
North
but
isn't
still,
too bad, though.
It's nice up there.
Not this. The more I go up there, yeah, I love
So
it.
you've been to Traverse City?
Yeah, this
Okay.
year.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
So I actually had a question for you.
Sure.
So since you're a lead singer of a band,
Mhm.
how long you been singing? I mean, since you're a kid, or
Well, let me
did-
give you a lowdown on this. And I talk about it every once in a while when I'm actually at a gig. So growing up, we didn't, I mean, we had a television, but only had 3 channels.
yeah,
That was it. And, if my dad paid me with a half a pop, I'd stand over in the corner and hold the rabbit ears for Channel 9 for fucking Chicago so he could watch the Bears, right?
that's right.
Bear down.
Yeah. So there I am standing there for, 4 hours while he watches football for a half a can of pop, but we always had music on in the kitchen. So my parents are big music people. and they were big dancers. So when you think about the 50s and 60s, the people that were out there dancing and
Yeah.
like twirling each other around and doing all that, that was my parents.
Really?
And they will still dance at my gigs, twirling each other around and doing stuff like they're 80.
Do they throw each other in
And
there?
I don't throw each other up
Oh,
anymore,
dude, that'd
but
be awesome.
Well, not now anyway.
not
right?
now.
I
But I'm
love-
telling you, my parents can cut a rug.
I love to see that in
They are awesome.
Sandbar. Woo! Oh,
So,
shit.
Oh,
little
shit.
sock hop.
But look, Patrick Swayze, get that bitch back down off the ceiling.
That's what I was saying.
But yeah, so my parents, I mean, that's all we listened to. Mitch Ryder, Detroit Wheels, Bob Seger, Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin. Like that's all we listened to. So that's all I listened to because God forbid you touch the channel. We don't do that shit at the house.
While you're holding the rabbit ears, you're singing.
Not holding the rabbit ears. I had to shut the fuck up for the
Oh.
rabbit ears. But every other time, and I'm an extrovert introvert. I just sing. Like I'm in the shower. I sing. I'm doing dishes. I sing. You would never know that,
I
right?
would never know that.
I do have a battery though.
Okay.
As soon as my battery runs out, it's an Irish goodbye, and I'm out.
So you have to
Yeah.
detach.
Yeah, detach the fuck out of everybody,
Yeah.
and I am a feral cat
recharge.
at that point. I don't want to see people.
recharge. I get you.
Yeah. I'm actually I like to be alone. I like people when I need them.
I can understand. I can relate to
Yes.
that. I'm the same way. I do the same thing. I detach.
I detach.
I get the hell away from people and just like find myself.
Yep.
That's
And that includes my phone. Like my phone will be on the charger, and people get very angry at me. Ildy, why couldn't I
Are we twins?
contact you?
Are we twins?
We might be. we might be.
I do the same fucking thing.
You do.
I get rid of my phone.
I get rid of my
don't
phone.
answer my phone.
I don't answer it. I don't even look at it till the next morning half the time. And
All you.
people will get very angry at me. And I'm like,
I'm
look,
not the only one.
and if you know me well enough, then you won't get angry because you know that's how I am. That's how that
That's
is.
sad. He's like that. He is.
Yep.
I text him.
I'll wake up
4
to
days.
600 messages. Fuck it. I don't know. I gotta look at that.
I text him 4 days later. He says, "Hi, what's wrong?" I'm thinking, dude, I needed you 4 days ago. What the hell?
You got me now.
Yeah, I'm
Stop
here.
your bitching. What the
Yeah.
hell? You
But
got me now.
I'm facing him, and he says, "Hey, I saw you called." Yeah, I called.
I do that a lot. A lot of people hate that.
Yeah.
James, you never call back. You never answer your phone. So I like to get away from it.
But
Me
he's
too.
getting better since we have this. He's getting better at answering because
Yeah,
a lot of the time I
yeah.
need to talk about this shit.
Yeah, we need to talk about the podcast.
What you're doing.
Yeah, I have to answer.
Still
now.
didn't answer my question.
Okay, I'm getting to it. Getting to it.
She's building up to it, Joe.
So I'd be singing in the shower. I'd be singing downstairs, and forever my parents would be like, "Shut the fuck up! You can't sing."
Really?
These are my parents, yeah. And now my parents are actually amazing parents. I well lucked out with my parents.
Yeah.
My father's a legal immigrant here in the 50s, 1951, from Hungary. Waited 3 years to come over, right? Married my mother, who's an American here. So I'm actually first generation Hungarian here, right? But growing up in the household, there was 4 of us kids. I was third. And I'm just belting shit out while everybody else is yelling and screaming in the house. And so Ildy, shut the fuck up was like a common
You say Ildy?
Ildy. Yeah,
Idiko.
that's the nickname. I don't know. Yeah.
Idiko.
Ildy.
Remember,
He had
say
co
her
at the
name.
end. You got the
Say
whole
her
thing.
name. Say it.
Ildika.
Ildiko.
No.
Damn it.
Damn
There you go.
Joe.
Damn it.
Ildiko.
Yep.
Oh, shut up like you know how to say it.
I did. I practiced it like 50 times at home.
I bet you probably did too.
I did
Lots
too.
of people have, but you know what's great? When I go to a party,
Yeah.
and I have to introduce my name,
Oh no.
and I have a bunch of friends with me. The next time I might see them a month later, they'll remember my name and none of my friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Let-
it's so unique.
Because it's not
It's
Jenny,
unique.
it's not
Yeah,
Amy,
it's
it's not
unique.
Becky.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
where did that name come from?
It's Hungarian. It's
Okay.
very Hungarian. It's actually the last wife of Attila the Hun.
So does it have a name,
Last
a
wife
definition
of
behind it? or-
No. If you Google it, it'll say warrior. That's bullshit. It doesn't mean that.
Right.
That's absolute shit. It was Attila the Hun's last wife, and it was actually a version of Germanic Brunhild, Ildiko.
Okay. Wow.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
But my
I'm
father,
lost.
These
I'll
two-
get back to that in a
Yeah.
second. But anyway, back to yours, Joe. I can tell your wife. So anyway, they told me to shut up forever. Shut up, shut the fuck up. In the car, in the shower, shut the fuck up, Ildy, right? Okay,
She
so
thought she was in control. How wrong she was.
I was.
Oh, you did it right.
Was. Like growing up, then my parents were strict too, like very strict. Hungarian household, European household, you're strict in the home.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was a jock. I was a nerd. I also was in the band. I was a trumpet player for 8 years. Right.
Holy shit. I would never thought that either.
I know.
Well, it seems like you have a lot of wind coming out now.
A lot. Way more than I was
But
fucking
she doesn't-
supposed
but-
to.
but
Well,
she
I
doesn't-
own it.
But she doesn't like being around people all the time.
Nope.
She has to get away.
So continue. Go.
So anyway, I'm walking down the hallway at school, just belting shit out because nobody's gonna tell me to shut the fuck up at school. Parents aren't there. And all of a sudden, my band teacher walks past me. I'm a senior this year. Walks past me. He says, "I didn't know you could sing." I said, "I can't." I'm like,
all these years.
all these years, I'm like, "I can't. I just like to."
They just tell me to be
Yeah.
quiet because I suck.
And he says, "No." He goes, "No, you can sing, and I want you to try out for the national anthem."
What?
And I went, "Yeah, all right." He goes, "No, I want you to try out for the national anthem against all the choir people." All right, that's a challenge. You just challenged me. That's a challenge. I'm in.
That's all you.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I needed to do. So I won. And then I didn't tell my parents. I just said, "Show up to homecoming."
You had to do homecoming?
Yep.
On top of it?
Mhm.
Wow.
That was what
Wow.
it was for.
Yeah, okay.
It's the first time I
Wow.
sang ever in front of people. So I said, "Show up to homecoming." And they showed up to homecoming, and I sang, standing ovation, and the whole place went ape shit. And then my parents were like, "Oh, I guess you can sing. I guess we can't sing." So that's kind of how that happened. And then I was trying to get into bands for 30 years.
Like who?
You name it.
Really?
If they said they need a lead singer, I'd call and go, "Hey,
Give me a shot.
give me a shot. I'm willing to try." "Well, who have you played with?" I'm like, "I haven't played with anybody because nobody will give me a fucking shot."
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no, we don't want you because you don't have experience. I'm like, "Look, I actually have music experience. I can read music. I know notes. I can do all that.
Yeah.
I was a
You
band.
just need to give me a shot." Nobody would give me a shot. So I kicked the door open. We did it myself.
So when was the first shot you had?
So in college, I made all my money in college to keep myself in, in drinks and
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever, karaoke contests. So I'd go to a bar, in
Very
Cadillac, win a
nice.
karaoke contest. The next day I'd go a bar an hour west where win $100 at a karaoke contest. And I never bought a drink. If I went by myself, I would have 30 drinks on my table at the end of the night.
Very nice.
It was the most
Very nice.
lucrative shit I ever
Yeah,
did. Like,
yeah.
I can't help it, man. Tits out, mitts out, voices out,
Yeah.
drinks on the table.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's titty privilege. I'm going to tell you that right now. So,
Women.
it is. It's what it is.
Jerry
It's
raises
titty,
his-
It's out.
tits out, mitts out.
So,
Give me an applause for
with
that.
all that going on,
Okay.
how'd you get your band started?
So I play volleyball.
So,
And
wow, you
one
do
of
a
my
lot shit.
volleyball players said, "Hey, I'm getting married in 3 weeks. I need a singer." And I said, "I don't sing sweet shit." And because I don't, because my band's a rock band.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Look, I have no money. You're my friend." I'm like, "I'll do it for free, but I don't know what you want me to sing." I mean, Hailstorm isn't exactly a wedding song, like that kind of stuff. She's like, "Look, pick 4 songs. My uncle will play guitar." And I'm thinking, fuck. Uncle probably just started 3 weeks ago. I'm going to play with some weirdo.
Give him a
and I can
shot.
Give him a
God.
shot, right?
Oh my
I
God.
did. No, I did. I trusted her. And he is well seasoned, a great guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Dave, my bassist.
Okay.
Who can play bass and regular guitar. He's ridiculously talented. He's actually the heart of the band. So anyway, the two of us, we did our 4 songs and we're at the venue and we're trying to figure out where we're going to go as the best sound and whatnot. And the owners came out and because we were doing other shit. We were doing Whipping Post and Black Crows and some other shit because we got bored.
Yeah.
So we're just rocking it out, some Beatles, and we did some Janis Joplin.
Just
some
the
other
two of you?
just acoustic. And they came out and the lady was like, "I want your band." She just handed me her card. She goes, "I want your band. I don't care how much it is. I want your band.
Where was this at?
Pawpaw Yacht Club.
Okay.
It's a little bitty place, like right on the lake.
Pawpaw Lake.
Yeah,
Okay.
that Pawpaw Lake.
Yeah, she said yacht club. I think
No,
there is
that's
one.
the
Is
that's
that-
the
is that- is
venue.
that what it's
Yeah,
called?
that's what it's. I think it's called the Yacht Club.
Oh, is that in Coloma?
Yes.
Okay, I know you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so I looked at Dave. I said, "Are we a band?" And he goes,
we just
"He
became
goes,
best
he goes, we
friends.
can be." I go, "Fuck yeah, we're a band now." So we did acoustic. Actually, a Blackbird a couple of times
Ooh, I like
because he
Blackbird.
knew
That's a nice
the
place,
owners
yeah.
of Blackbird. They gave us kind of our first start. And I have some friends down in Niles. They kind of helped us out at Jay's.
I like Jay's. That's a good.
Yeah,
place
I
too.
love
Yeah,
Jay's. That's my bar.
Yeah, I love that
Um,
bar.
Well, down there, that's my
Yeah.
bar. Sandbar's my bar up here. But that's and then we picked up a drummer, we picked up some guitarists, and we've had to change over in guitarists a couple times.
Right.
But now we got some permanent guitarists, and we're killing it.
Yeah,
It's
you
great.
are actually.
Yeah,
You are
it's
killing it
great.
for
Thank
starting
you.
up. So
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
only been what?
2.5, 3 years now.
I was
Yeah,
just gonna say,
Really?
how long?
About 3 years. I would say 2.5 with a full band.
Really?
Yeah, and I have a rule. We try to only play twice a month, and this is why. So we all have families. We all have other obligations.
It's not your main job.
It's not my main
yeah.
job. You know, if it ever becomes my main job and we get for some reason all of a sudden I'm making enough money to make it my main job,
Right.
great, we'll do more.
Exactly.
But until then, my family's more important. Their families are more
course.
important. Those types of things. So,
Yeah.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
Good for you though.
Yeah.
That's
but so
fucking
far
awesome.
it's only going up. Like
So you guys are getting more gigs.
we're getting more
Yeah,
gigs.
yeah.
It's getting a little bit more lucrative for us, which is great.
Right.
We're getting more calls. We're getting more interest.
So how many gigs have you had so far this year?
We've been booked the whole year.
I mean, like every
That's-
weekend.
that's-
or-
that's-
Every
that's
other
amazing.
weekend,
Every other weekend.
except
Amazing.
for April, because I have two jobs. I have another
Yeah.
job, and that's my heavy time is in April.
Oh yeah.
I'm
So
gone.
it's
I'm
time
across
off.
the country, every week. So
Yeah.
I don't have the time to give it to the band at that point.
Right,
And it's
right.
nice because then we all get a month
Right,
break.
A break.
A break.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
great. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you and your band.
Hell
Yeah.
Shout out to your band.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. So it's Jason Cheek from Niles. He's one of our guitarists.
Yeah.
Brian Rogers is also one of our guitarists. He's out of Coloma area. Dave Toomey, that's our bassist.
Yeah.
And then Mike Simonek is our drummer. He's out of St. Joe here.
Okay.
So the most of everybody's up here in
So
this.
it's all local.
Yeah, it's all local.
band.
Yeah.
It's all local. But I mean, we just played in Grand Rapids. We've played in Indiana already, so a couple times, and so we're just branching out. It's great,
Slowly but surely.
slowly but surely, and
yeah,
it's
I like it.
really
I
working.
like
And and we really try as a band to do multiple things, old things, new things,
Yeah.
things that people don't normally hear. I don't want to do the same shit over and over and over again.
Because that it dulls it down.
It dulls it down,
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't want to do the same shit 10 other bands are doing.
Exactly.
Let's do the stuff they can't. And so it might take us a little longer to learn some tunes, but those tunes
Once you
no
get
one
it-
else is going to hear.
Once you get it, yeah, perfect.
So I mean, how many times have you heard Uncle Tom's Cabin from another? You haven't.
No.
Uh,
yeah, you're right.
Any Hailstorm from another band? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
Probably not. So maybe some AC/DC, but not very often Guns N' Roses. So I mean, we're doing Guns N'
Sure.
Roses, we're doing AC/DC, Dorothy, Hailstorm, Bob Seger, a lot of these other Bruno Mars, Pink.
Yeah.
it-
I've seen you guys in action. I
Mhm.
tell you that much. You guys are.
And I don't
amazing.
like to just stand up there. You know this.
Yeah.
I'll walk around that whole place
Yeah.
and get the whole crowd going.
Well, that's
and
how you
that's
should do
fun
it.
as shit.
That's how you should do it. It's
That's-
And
fun.
people enjoy that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Until I
that's-
get somebody that grabs my ass and I'm like, ooh,
What if it's a girl?
won't go. I
She
still
says,
go,
"Ooh."
ooh.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, well, do that twice. No, it's just, but it's fun. It's just fun.
I've
dude.
seen you in action when how you interact with everybody around
Yeah.
you. I mean, people love that.
They do.
They love it. They love the response, how you interact with with them in general. They love that stuff. So
They're the people coming to see me. I want to make them happy.
Right.
Like, you're coming to see me. I'm going to do everything I can, to put a smile on your face, and give you a good show. And to me, if that's not your whole premise of having a band, other than making music, and that's great, but if you're not out there to have fun with the crowd and enjoy the crowd too, and give them the greatest experience, then why the fuck are you even in it?
Sure.
That's
Give
my
that-
thought. So
You do a great job. I tell
Thank
you.
you.
I remember
appreciate
the
that.
first time I heard you sing. It was like, wow.
was I karaoke in that night? Was I
actually,
drinking
the
off a
band,
boat?
just the band in general. I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap, she has a great voice.
I think it wasn't that last year around Labor Day.
No,
He's had us there probably 2 years now. I
2
think.
years.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
it's
2
been
years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, Tom gave us a good start. I harassed him for a little bit, and then he was like, "All right, I'll try you out," and we killed it that night for him. And he was like, "Okay, I like you guys."
But
So
it helps
that was
that
good.
it helps that you guys are local. You're not coming from a Grand Rapids and you said, "Hey, give me a shot down here."
Right.
You're all local, so you have friends, you have family, you have everybody that
And
can
you guys
come
bring a
here and
great
pack a
crowd in.
house.
Pack a house.
Yeah,
and you can
you
pack
bring
a
a
house.
crowd.
You bring a crowd,
And they do,
That's the
yeah.
best
And
part.
they all show up, which
Yeah.
is, here's my shout out to all the family and friends, and thank you
Yeah.
because I have
Yes.
I
Look
have
that
a
way.
group of people that come see us, especially family and volleyball players and Jody and Joe and,
Yeah,
their
look that way,
crew.
look that way and say, hey, thank you all.
Thank you all. Oh yeah, I'm on video. Thank you all. Like I can't tell you, and I how much I appreciate you. And what's funny is a lot of times at the end of the night, I will get on my phone when I get home. It might be 2 a.m. and I'll thank all the people I know came.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because even if
means
it's
a lot.
every single time,
It means a lot.
because that's important to me to show them how much I
Appreciate it.
appreciate what they do.
Exactly.
So when is the next show?
This Friday.
Friday?
Jay's. Yeah. I'm at Jay's Lounge again. Jay's Lounge gave us one of our starts. So that will always be a place that I go to.
So it's
Same with
your-
Sandbar.
Yeah.
So it's more your
I don't
like
care
your home house?
if we become a $2,000 band where you got to pay us $2,000 a night. I'm going to come play at Sandbar and I'm going to go to Jay's.
So it's like you're mostly your like house band. If they need you, you would go to Jay's in a heartbeat.
I wouldn't say we're a house band, but if they needed somebody in the pinch, I'd be happy to show up. Yeah, assuming the rest of my band could, and if not,
Yeah.
I'd grab my buddy Jason or I'll grab my other buddy Matt and say
some
like, hey, we can do something acoustic for you for a couple
right.
hours, just to be good with them. Yeah,
just
Yeah.
to ease the
Yeah.
pain for them. Yeah.
and it's fun for me anyway. If I don't have shit
It's
going,
a
why
nice
not?
little venue outside. I like that little place.
Yeah. And most of the people know me down there, so it's just a great bar.
It is.
It's a great bar.
Shout out to Jay's.
So shout out to Jay's.
I had to do it, man.
And my buddy Jamie, she's a main staple there. She's one of their head people. So
That's awesome.
So, as far as your other jobs,
Yeah.
Now you're a professor at a local college.
I am. I'm a college professor. I've been one for 22 years.
Can't tell
22.
with all the F bombs and
Oh no, I still do that at school.
That's a release. That's a release.
I
man.
hate to tell you this.
That's a
I
release.
talk here the same I talk in class.
All right, I like it.
And-
Consistency.
It is. I don't
He's
plan
like,
on
"This
changing
is
myself for shit. Like you don't like the way I talk? Great. Don't listen.
You maybe I love it. I love it.
To the bane of my mother, right? Like my mother's like, do you always have to say fuck? You taught me to say fuck. No, she's like, no, I taught you to say God damn it and shit. And I'm like, Dad taught me to say fuck.
I need more alcohol.
No, yeah. So growing up is a very interesting being third. I will tell you that. So, and again, a Hungarian household, right? And my mother though is very strict. And so growing up initially, she had all four of us at home while my father worked out because it was too much money for daycare, right? So then my father's a salesman. He was actually put himself through school as a pharmacist, became a pharmacist, but made more money selling cookware, pans, and knives.
What?
Yeah.
I can
My
belie-
dad
I
is
can
the
believe that, though. I
my
can
dad.
believe
If
that,
you
yeah.
dropped an ice cream cone in a pile of shit, my dad would pick it up and sell it to you, and you'd fucking eat it. Yeah, that is how good of a salesman my dad is.
You don't
Like
think-
it's
you don't think you would?
you would. He'd be like,
You
"Can,
don't think you
can
would?
I have sprinkles on it too?"
Right.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
No,
It's
that's
$5
what the
extra
sprinkles-
dollars.
That's what the sprinkles are.
That's right.
Shit.
That's where the corn is. That's
That's right.
The corn.
See, I know how to sell it too.
That's right.
I know how to sell it too, people.
But like, it was a very, very interesting dichotomy at the house because,
You can't get away with shit.
well,
huh?
no, God. The shit we
No-
did because
no
there was
pun
four of
intended.
us. I mean, my God, there's only like one eyeball in each child. You can't, right? But my mother even bought us boxing gloves and said, "Take the shit outside." So there's all four of us beating the fuck out of each other in the middle of the driveway.
And the parents saying, "Yeah, I
the
got money
parents
on
were
this
like,
one."
"Good, they're outside." Like,
It's okay.
It's okay.
Neighbors. They're gonna beat each other up.
Well, we didn't have any neighbors, so it was fabulous. My parents didn't give a shit.
I got to see these kids.
Ding ding.
Beating the hell out of each other.
Swing arms just swinging.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. So
The
we
real
had
ones
7
boxing.
acres. I remember. My older brother's much bigger than me and everything. I was very small, way smaller than I am now, up till about 10th grade. About 5 foot tall and 98 pounds. That was what I was in freshman.
I'm still trying to
I
picture
know.
you rugby when you said that. When you did that.
I was about 160 then.
Yeah.
Gained about 9 inches of height and
Yeah.
filled out.
You say 9 inches of height. What?
Mhm. Yeah. In about 3 years, which was crazy, right? And my mother was really funny about it. So I was in 9th grade. I was 5 foot tall and 98 pounds. And then in 10th grade, I was still 5 foot tall and I weighed 140. And my mother came downstairs and looks at me and she says, sits me down. You're fat. And I was like, I am? She was like, yeah, I just watched you eat dinner and then 4 hot dogs with buns afterwards. And I was like, but I'm hungry.
I wasn't expecting that.
No,
I
no.
wasn't expecting. You're fat.
Hey, my parents are as black. There is no sugarcoating in our house. If you're a dumb shit, they're going to tell you. They're not going to be like, sweetheart, today you didn't do good. They'll be like, you dumb shit. This is what you should have done. And this is why, my parents are no holds barred.
Are you like that with your kids?
Absolutely.
You gotta stop doing that to
So-
me.
So, are
No.
you going up to your kids and saying you're fat?
If they were. But the thing is, though, I realize fat people know they're fat.
Yeah,
You don't have
Yeah.
to tell fat people that they're fat.
that's true. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Unless you're Lizzo.
Hey, she
That's a
loves.
whole nother thing. But
you
know. But back then, my mom was like, hey, you're fat. You're eating too much and you need to hone in on this.
So what'd you
I
do?
need a tissue.
So I still
Did you
kept
cry?
eating. No, I kept eating. I'd be like, all right, I'm fat. Got it. 4 more hot dogs, bitch. But I would
With
never
2
call
buns.
honestly, I would never call my mother a bitch, but she's awesome.
With 2 buns, not just one. I
But
need
they
more
they
calories.
thought that I was just going to be small because I was so small all my life.
Yeah.
And they didn't want me to have problems when I was older. And they told me that, but they didn't realize I was so hungry because I was going to go through a growth spurt. And I grew like 6 inches the next year and 3 after that. And I went from a point guard to a center.
How tall are you now?
Well, I shrunk a half inch, so now I'm 5'8.5", but it was 5. I gotta put the half in there.
Anyway, how tall
I
are you
gotta
now?
put it in. But yeah,
I
so
pictured you at 6 foot. Now you just
6
shrunk
foot,
down to 5'8".
0.27.
Now you're
I
down to
was a center
5'8".
now.
That's what. See, you see where I was going with that.
But that's just it though. Like I was the only center that could dribble. Nowadays when you see basketball, centers can dribble, centers could do anything.
Yeah.
But back then, a number 5 couldn't dribble at all. They
dribble
might
at
have a
all, right.
1-2, a 1-2 and up.
Right.
They couldn't do shit. I'm running down that court, doing all kinds of shit because I was a point guard and I could handle a ball. So, but I will also say this: I had a size 10 foot at age, at 5 foot tall.
Holy shit.
Yes,
Damn, that's a
That's a
big
big
foot.
foot.
that's a big foot.
You got
So
big
I
feet.
hate to say I'm laying
Yeah,
like a
I'm
puppy, right?
14.
When you look at a puppy and go, "Oh, the foot's so big on the puppy, it's going to be giant." My parents didn't look at that.
Nah, she's gonna be fat.
You're going to be just a fat ass. Stop the hot dogs. So
Did you enter a hot dog competition?
no, but Joey Chestnut just had 83.
I know.
I actually
Yeah.
did. I actually
watched
did
it?
read. I didn't watch it. I read all about him and Kobayashi.
Yep, they did a repeat.
Yeah,
And he
I saw
still
that.
won,
But he
and he
beat him.
still
It was
won,
what,
yep.
83 to 66.
Yep. Because Joey was pissed because he couldn't play in that one because he couldn't do
Nathan's band.
Yeah, Nathan's banned him because he one day he did like a vegan hot dog competition. So they said, "Oh, you're doing a vegan shit. I don't want you in our Nathan's hot dog." So they banned him. But I think they banned him because
Because he won
he
16
wins.
times in a row.
Yep. Yes.
I don't know about you guys. That shit makes me sick watching those guys eat those
Makes
hot
me
dogs.
hungry.
Really?
I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I love hot dogs.
I'm fascinated by
Are you
it.
Yeah.
really? Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
really
I
my God.
fascinated.
I like watching.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can watch that anymore.
Well, they dip it in water and
Exactly.
it turns
Why would
the,
you?
the
oh,
bread just
ugh.
goes away. So they're just eating a hot dog with some bread.
I'm not going to lie, though. Like, the best part of the hot dog is with the bun and a bunch of mustard
Yes.
shit on it.
I like watching.
So I don't know if I could just
Water.
eat it with water.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dip it in water, or
soggy
Kool-Aid
water.
or something. They sog it out.
Oh no.
No, I love food. I mean, I love food.
All right, I give you this. There's a competition up there in Rockford, Michigan. We went to. It's 12 chili dogs in 4 hours, and the chili is thin chili.
It's not that bad.
But yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah, but do you shit yourself before the contest
You can
ends?
leave.
Like,
No,
does
you
that-
can leave. You can leave anytime. You can walk around. You can drink something. You can take your
12
time.
chili dogs in 4 hours?
Yes, it's harder than you think. I only did 7.5 because that chili gets in your nose. It gets in the. You smell it, and you just.
Spicy?
No, it's not too bad. Yeah,
That would make me
pretty
throw
mild.
up a lot. I
But
think.
so I tried it, and all of a sudden you ring a bell and you get a T-shirt and your name on the inside the building. The funny part is
For being a fat ass.
this kid went upstairs.
We eat too many hot
Yeah,
dogs too.
This kid went upstairs, and all of a sudden he comes back down. 5 minutes later, rings the bell. I said, "Shit, I'm only on like 5. I'm like an hour.
And he had 12?
I'm on 2 hours right now." And yeah, he finished it in 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I mean the hot dogs are relative size hot dogs, so they're nothing outrageous. But
I'm
yeah.
trying to think what I could do. Cookies.
I could do cookies.
Cookies is my downfall. That's
Yeah,
my downfall of
me
everything.
too.
I would rather have a cookie, but it has to be good. I'm a cookie snob. If you
Okay.
give me a cookie and I look at it and I'm like,
you're a cookie snob.
that's a shit ass cookie. I'm not gonna eat that. I'm a cookie snob. So
What's a
well,
cookie
because some
snob?
people, because I perfect recipes. I'm one of those people that will make I know it sounds weird. My
I know
kids
where you're
can't
going
eat
with this, yeah.
pancakes because I pancake the shit out of them. I'm like, I got to perfect this. So you're going to eat these pancakes for the next 6 years. And I'm going to try it till I perfect it. So, yeah.
Doesn't matter by the way it looks. So like it's not a perfect.
No, it kind
circle.
of, you can kind of
It's not
tell
a-
if something's like looks undercooked or like,
You're gonna eat this
You're gonna eat this
pancake.
pancake, so I
yeah,
gotta
I'm like,
do
bitch,
this
you go
other
eat the
sort of
circle.
lab
pancake. It's a
rat.
hot dog. Just imagine it
You're
like
not a
that.
lab rat.
So no, but so I perfected cookies. So, and I only, in college, I also sold chocolate chip cookies and cheesecakes
So there you go.
for money, like just for
So you-
fun.
So
So you perfected the cookies.
Yeah, I
and cheese-
perfected the cookies and the cheesecake.
she's a hustler, baby.
I am like I want some money all the time. So I'm better than J-Lo. Come on now.
Certified
Like-
fail.
Not bad.
No, that was
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
Right. So my sister, this is fun. My sister's a cookie snob too, and so people will go, "Ildiko Mario, will you come to our cookie exchange thing?" Fuck no. I'm not going to exchange my good cookies for your shit ass cookies.
My God, you're brutal.
I'm honest. Why am I going to make awesome
brutal.
cookies and come home with shit I'm going to throw away?
It's a thought that counted.
That's not a thought. That's
Damn.
they want good cookies and they're going to trade me for shit. That's like, here, I'll give you a 20, you give me back a 10.
So,
Fuck off.
so do you ever go to
I
this, do you ever go to like a cookie walk around
No.
here because you're afraid?
Absolutely fucking not.
So these people have cookies. Here, try my cookie. Hell no,
Nope.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
man.
ain't gonna happen. That
You
looks like
can-
shit.
If you bake a lot, you can tell a good cookie.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can.
You're right. You're right.
If you bake or just the same as if you cook a lot, you
Yeah.
can
You
tell
tell good food.
good
from bad
food from shit food.
What kind of cookie do you like?
I'm a big fan of chocolate chip and toasted pecans,
You lost anything.
but I also like oatmeal scotchies.
the hell's oatmeal scotchies?
You've never had a cookie
Oatmeal
there?
scotchy? See, now you're gonna have to have me back again, and I'm gonna have to bring
Bring
cookies.
Cookies, yeah.
see?
So
Sample.
see, yeah.
I knew I gotta get
I
cookies.
like
There
it.
you go.
I like it a lot.
He got cookies
Yeah.
coming.
I love it.
So
You're coming back.
I'm coming back already.
Around Christmas time.
I'll bring
no.
the jam and salsa too. So I do all that
No,
shit.
we're coming around Christmas time because
You're in
everybody
the
makes
mix.
cookies around Christmas.
I make them all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Terry.
Terry's
That's
like,
Terry.
I like cookies.
Hey,
I
keep being our
just
sound guy.
guaranteed my next session here,
Nope.
my next
Nope.
podcast.
Keep being the sound guy. You'll
That's
get
right.
cookies.
Terry. He's gonna get cookies.
Besides being a cookie snob,
hmm
professor,
hmm
band leader,
hmm
what else do you? Well, what's your other jobs? You said you had more than one.
I
job.
do. I teach around the country. I work for Kettering seminars. So they call me up and say, Ildi, you want to work in North Carolina?
Okay.
Sure. Okay, they got good cookies. Yeah. So I'll go down and do a 2-day intensive. The first day is like 6 hours of radiographic physics, 2 hours patient care. The next day is 4 hours of anatomy and 4 hours of radiobiology. Yeah.
So how many degrees do you have? I mean, if you're doing all this stuff,
Well, I have a 2-year X-ray degree.
Yeah.
I have a 4-year hospital management degree, and I have my master's degree.
Do you want to run a hospital?
Fuck no. That is the most awful thing you just asked me. Don't ever say it again.
You have it.
Don't you ever say it again. I have
You have an
banished that talk.
You have a hospital degree to run it.
Yeah.
No. You ever been offered?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
turn it
no,
down.
no,
That's actually
No.
That's pretty impressive.
no. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of work
bet.
I don't want to do.
So you have your boundaries, definitely.
I have my
Right,
boundaries,
right,
and,
right.
and I put them in. I will.
Yeah.
I give people boundaries. That's not a problem for me.
No, it's a good thing,
Yeah.
actually.
And a lot of people find it very brash, but I'm like, no. I'm a no person versus a yes person a
Yeah.
lot of times.
Good thing. Good
yeah,
thing.
it
It's a good
really
thing.
is. Yeah.
Because it sets a precedent for where you
I just don't believe
draw
that.
the line.
Where I draw the line. And a lot of people will being a college professor is an interesting thing because my students are my number one.
Oh, they should be.
Always my number one. When it comes to my job, like they are my number one. So when it comes to administration, I am more for my students. I will advocate for my students versus what administration wants. But I will say my administration is very good to me.
Yeah.
They back me a lot because they know that when I do fight a battle, it's going to be a battle that I am going to be passionate about.
Yeah.
And because otherwise the little shit, I don't care. I don't care about the little shit.
Right.
It's the big shit that I care about.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick those battles, but when I battle, it's going to be a battle. And it will always be for the student.
You can refresh your drink if you want. It's okay.
Do I have to pour it under the table?
Yes. And I see. You
I'm
just-
not peeing.
So you can ask your question.
I did not bring my
Oh,
shiwi today, so I'm not peeing under the table. Terry knows about my shiwi.
Terry, what are you doing?
What the hell you doing?
What are you doing?
I know about the shiwi.
He does know about the shiwi.
I have a question. What the hell is a shiwi?
A shiwi is a funnel that a girl can piss with.
Holy shit.
And I learned I can write my own name in the dirt.
What the? Hold on, time out.
I do that shit sober.
I've done a lot of weird shit sober, but did you even dot the I?
Well, duh.
Well, it's two.
Duh.
I don't know.
That's the
didn't know-
dribble at the end.
I
You got three.
Yeah, capital I.
Yeah,
Capital I. I didn't know she just went across with a 2 I.
Well, usually it's cursive because it's hard to stop and start. So it's just cursive. Now, for you younger crowd, you're
I'm
going to
really-
have to do your print because I
I'm
know you
really-
don't know fucking cursive.
I'm really.
That is a big thing right now. I mean,
What?
kids today
Peeing?
don't
No.
know how to write cursive.
No,
Yeah,
not
cursive.
cursive. And a lot of them have a big problem with math right now.
Really?
You know, X-ray, because you think about it, X-ray is physics.
Yeah.
And I teach a lot of physics, teach a lot of math. But the math is just, if you can multiply, divide, do some fractions, do some exponents, do some decimals, you can do X-ray. But you'd be amazed. People have to pass algebra 2 to get in my program and yet don't know their times tables. And I don't know. So I don't know
How'd you
where the
pass?
disconnect is somewhere.
There's
There's a disconnect, yeah.
Somewhere
There is a disconnect.
Yeah.
And so I actually spend more time in my office going over math a lot of times versus anything.
So that's the big problem.
It seems to be a big
Yeah,
problem is that
yeah.
we try to teach, I think, too quickly, and we don't teach the basics hard enough that it's ingrained.
You know, I
So-
found it out basically teaching a 11-year-old how to do basic math, not necessarily basic math, but just like problem solving.
Yeah.
In math. And what they would do is like totally fast. It's so fast they don't learn how to do it.
How to do it.
It's almost like they see it, they know how to do it right away because it's like it's not even where they dissect the problem and break it down.
They just memorize
Exactly.
instead of
Exactly.
understanding the
Exactly.
theory of it.
Exactly.
And that is exactly right.
Exactly.
And that's to me is a problem of testing of like K through 12, just standardized testing, right? A through D. Well, you got a 25% chance usually of getting anything if you're just going to do a multiplication table. It doesn't teach anybody shit.
Right.
So,
Well, I've had
my
this
thought.
this substitute teacher talk to me about this. He did a almost an experiment where he talked to other teachers.
Yeah.
And they did an experiment with the kids. One teacher did the experiment with the kids. Do you respect the teacher? I mean, how did the question go?
I don't know.
I'm thinking about it. I
Oh.
wasn't talking to you.
I thought you're looking at me.
No, I was looking right there, Joe. Who you dumbass?
Hang on.
Let's all just
I was looking
we'll
at
all
George.
just look up and ponder. We'll just
thinking-
ponder.
I was looking at
as
Michael
we're
Jordan for
staring.
inspiration.
I know, I was
you
thinking-
jerk.
I was like, what the hell are you
When he does it next time, Joe, you and I will just go
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Michael, what would you
look
say?
off in the distance.
I'm thinking.
Anyway, the question was, who do you respect more, the principal or the teacher, as far as authoritarian?
Mhm.
They said the principal more than the teacher. They respected them more.
Really?
Yes.
I can see that though.
Not only that, because kids today, right now, have no rules whatsoever.
No, God, no.
No rules whatsoever, and no respect for anybody in general.
Correct.
I've
And I will say this: it's no knock on teaching. K through 12 is, I think, one of
Right.
the hardest jobs
yeah.
there is. And I'm not a K through 12 teacher because I cuss too much. I do, and I cuss in class. I just don't give a shit.
Right.
But that I think is a very difficult job, and I have a lot of teacher friends that are K through 12.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of what they do, and
Yeah.
and it's their job's getting harder and harder and harder. It just
I
is.
can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. You want to jump in?
Oh.
Yeah, you can talk now, Joe.
You were looking
we'll-
at
we'll
this.
let
You were
you.
looking at me. This
Now
way.
We-
we
we were
were
look-
any more questions on that.
No, I'm good.
All right. So, from being the professor,
Mhm.
being your side job, traveling all over the
Mm-hmm.
United States, do you ever go anywhere outside the United States? Like,
Yeah. So my sister, I love Mexico. I love Canada. Well, both those places. But I also love Europe, and I'm Hungarian. So my sister and I went to Hungary for 2 weeks together, which was a blast with my pseudo Hungarian family. So my family left during the war. They were hunted down and left. So some they were in an Austrian refugee camp for quite a few years until they were able to come through Ellis Island, right?
Yeah.
And then the other half went to Australia. Now that side we kind of lost track to. But so I no longer have actual family there, but my uncles and they're not blood related, but I have aunts and uncles like a lot of people do.
Right.
That we went there with them. So my sister and I went to Hungary for about 2 weeks, which was great. My speech exploded, learning, speaking Hungarian, and
Yeah. which
which was great.
So you know Hungarian.
To a point. I can't have a great political conversation. I'm very broken.
say something to him in Hungarian.
Whoa.
Which means I don't speak very much Hungarian.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I can basically get myself around. Hey,
Yeah.
That's what
how
she
much
says.
is this? Where
what
is
she
this?
says
Where's the
she's like, that's
bathroom?
right,
Can I
right.
go here? Basics. But my father didn't want to speak Hungarian to us as children in front of my mother because he felt it was disrespectful to my mother, who was American and didn't know the language.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Okay,
It was
That's
great.
respect.
It was a great
That's
respect
respect.
thing for
That's
my
respect.
father and to my
Yeah,
mother, and
definitely give
and they
respect.
are the ultimate love
So
story.
there's how long have they been together?
They were fishing buddies when they were 12.
Fishing buddies.
They met at Hudson Lake in Indiana. My grandmother had a cottage there, and my father's uncle had a cottage there. And when they were 12, they were fishing buddies. And then they lost track of each other. And all of a sudden, my dad said when he was 18, he saw my mother when she was 16 and was like, oh,
That's my wife.
oh, you've blossomed. So, all of a sudden,
Oh, hey, how you doing?
oh,
man?
how you doing?
Oh, how
Yeah,
you doing?
kind of one of those.
Yeah, hey, how
And
you
and
doing?
they have
how
been
you grown?
yes,
You've grown.
how you've grown.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
And,
Right.
but yeah, so that was that, and they've been married ever since. And
How long?
Quah.
Wow, that's a new word, guys.
Shit, I'm on the spot right
Hungarian
now.
slang.
Uh,
I can't answer this. They're
a
watching.
long fucking time,
And
40 some years, 50 years.
Yeah.
So
Since they were 20, they went to Purdue. I know they were married when my dad went to Purdue for pharmacy school.
Okay.
do you talk to your other siblings?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because you only talk.
So
about
we're
that
all
one.
so we're all named Hungarian too. So I have Miklos is my older brother, Maria is my older sister, Zoltan is my little brother.
Zoltan. I
Zoltan.
like that name.
Yeah, yeah, he's awesome.
Zoltan.
Zoltan.
That is an
That's
amazing
that's
name.
enough.
Yeah, it is.
Zoltan. I'm
What
gonna
is
change
that
my
from?
middle name to that.
So-
Zoltan.
What is that from?
I don't
You're
know.
thinking Zoltar
Yeah, you're thinking of
from
Adam Sandler.
from the movie Big and also the money. Where's my car, dude? We're like Zoltar.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, yeah,
Zoltar.
That's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. You're right.
Yeah. So he gets that a lot. He's like,
Zoltan.
Sweet.
I like that name.
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So we're all named. All my kids are named Hungarian too.
Yeah.
So my husband's name's Mark.
Basic.
Which is funny because my mom's name's Nancy. Like, but we're all Hungarian. And I know it's hilarious.
I love my house. His name's Mark.
It's fucking Mark. Well, I mean,
Basic.
like my first name and my last name don't necessarily match well.
I like how she just said it. His name's Mark. It's
Mark.
not Zol.
He's definitely a good man too, and but the kids are great. They're all named Hungarian, and that was actually one of the things
Blow him kisses.
that
You just made
Good
fun
old
of him.
Mark.
he's probably flicking me off at home. But I will say this: it does take a very strong man to be married to me.
Yeah, I can see that right.
It does.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you're a strong cup of coffee.
I
That's a lovely and kind way to put that.
I can't see how she
Yes.
likes to just back away and deport and take everything and just run away for like 4 days like this man does.
I do it
I
with
can't
ease,
see it.
man.
I
do it
can't
with
see
ease.
her. I can't see her do it.
Detach.
No,
I can't see you
that's
detach.
that's when I go work around the country. You know what I'm saying? I do the
Oh.
same thing he does. I go away, but I just work.
He doesn't go away. He still works.
I make money.
Work,
I make money, and
work.
I go visit places like when I was in Philly. I love Philly. Philly's a shithole, but I love the people. Absolute shithole.
I just think of the song.
The people are great. So I was there one day, and I was working there, but they canceled it because they got like a half inch of snow.
Philly.
In Philly, it was
Really?
a half inch. It literally stopped the
I'm
whole
from
damn
Michigan,
city.
bitches.
I had my coat on. I'm like, I'm going out. So 8 a.m. I'm like, I'm going to go see downtown.
Yeah.
So I go downtown. Not one person on the street. No cars.
Really.
Nothing. So I'm like, fuck it. So I went to the Philly Art Museum, which is the Rocky Steps, right?
Yeah.
And my father, this is just a story about so my father made us watch Rocky forever. He has a Rocky statue in his bedroom.
Oh, you must be mad right now.
He is a Rocky fanatic. So I ran up the steps, did the
Yeah,
Adrian
yeah.
shit for him, like,
Yeah.
But then I went into, because I love art too. So I went into the Philly Art Museum. I was the only patron. The workers were still there. They privately toured me around. I got a private tour because I was the only person.
Yeah, by yourself.
The only guy. I talked to them all. I mean, they gave me a cup of coffee. I don't even drink coffee. I'm like, I'll drink it. Sure. All right. So I'm walking around. Get done with them. I walk outside. Now there's a Rocky statue kind of off to the corner.
Yeah, it's off to the corner
It
because they
is.
don't have it down. They don't have it on the steps.
Right. It's not on
Like-
the
like
steps.
you
It's kind of
think
like
it-
over in the
Yeah,
side.
it's like in the park. You think it's gonna be right on top of the steps. No,
Right.
it's not. Not
Right.
at all.
So I go down to take
Wait a
my
minute.
picture with it.
Isn't Rocky a fictional character?
Yeah, but I
It's-
think
it's-
Philly loves him
the-
so much.
Philly loved the movie.
They, I mean,
Yeah,
It was.
they
that
love
was his-
him. They love
that was his-
everything about that
Rocky's
movie.
real.
No, that was his first movie that he directed by himself. Down and
Yeah.
and he
What?
paid
He
for
sold
everything
his damn
himself.
dog for
Yeah,
that, and then
he
got
sold-
butt kiss back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything for that movie, and he filmed it in Philly.
I got
He didn't-
nothing
he
but
didn't-
respect
yeah.
for Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Nothing
Still
but
a
respect for that
fictional
man.
I mean, that was his first start.
Yeah.
I give him credit.
Oh, Rambo's first start.
No, his first paid movie, him start.
Oh, him
Yeah.
starring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I go down to take this picture next to the Rocky statue, right?
Look at it.
And now there's a homeless guy. And he's got this big limp, so he wasn't moving fast, right? So I'm like, give him my camera. He's not going to go anywhere.
So like
And if I can, I'll tackle his ass down and we'll have a good tussle. So I'm like, all right.
Round
So
boy.
he looks at me and I said, he goes, if you give me $5, I'll take your picture. I said, how's this? I'll give you 20. You hang out with me for the day. And you take my picture and I'll buy you lunch, but you tell me where I can and can't go. Because I don't know Philly.
Yeah.
I do know it's a shithole.
Yeah.
But I love the people, but I don't want to go on the wrong streets.
Right.
Yeah, it's
You know.
So how that
parking
turn out?
sucks there.
Awesome. The
Gotcha.
guy was awesome. And I unfortunately I
tour
forget
guy.
his name. I forget his name. We were drinking too. So I forget his name. He was lovely. I hung out with him and we'd be like, hey, well, how's this street? Don't go down the street. Don't go down the street. I'd be like, is this street good? That street's good. Okay.
But
we'll
the
go
funny
down
thing
the
is, you're
street.
with
Okay.
him. Don't go down that
Don't
street.
go down the street. Okay.
We're a team now, but we can't go down the street.
Well, it was awesome because he took me to the Liberty Bell. We went to Reading Station, which is like 2 football fields of just food.
Really?
Little kiosk after kiosk after kiosk of just food. A deli here, a pizza place here, a sushi here, cookies the next one.
Cookies.
Ugh.
No, you can't say
So
cookies.
so then I bought like 12, right? And these are like big cookies.
And they suck.
So now I'm a people person. So I'm just sitting there and I'm a people watcher. I love to watch people.
I did too, yeah.
Watching people. Now these 2 cops come down right now. I also have a food bucket list. I refuse to eat certain foods unless I go to, like, I refuse to have a Guinness unless I was in Ireland. So I went to Ireland and had a Guinness. I went to New Orleans for beignets, right? So there's certain things. I had never had a Philly steak
Out of Philly.
until I went to Philly,
Ah.
but I wanted to know where. So I asked these 2 cops. I said, hey, I'm sitting down with all my plethora of cookies. And I give one,
You
I
smell
give
them, don't you?
They're like, it's good. They're good. So anyway, I'm like, hey, I got a question. I said, where is the best Philly cheesesteak? Now, these guys were like straight. It was like, it's straight East Coast. Hey, Joey, where the fuck we going to get the best fucking Philly steak? Hey, come on over here.
That's good.
I guarantee you, we had 10.
That's
There were
good.
owners. People were coming out of booths. Now we had a crowd.
Oh,
It was like, we're all talking about the best Philly. These 2 cops took me. They got off their shift, took me to the Philly cheesesteak
Do you
place.
still have the homeless guy with you?
No, he left me. He left me. His shift was over. I had to get babysat by the cops. So his shift was done.
So, wait a minute. Did he stay when he saw the cops coming by?
No, he stopped. I told him I bought him lunch somewhere else, like Subway or something. We were just doing stupid shit.
You give him somewhere, you're going with the Philly.
Well, that was just for lunch. I didn't even know this Reading Station was there. I didn't know it, but he showed it to me. And this was, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock or something like that. So he left me, and that's where that came. But they took me to this little bitty shithole of a place. It was a good Philly steak. I did have whiz and without, because apparently
You have to.
that's a thing. So I did have that. So I had my first Philly cheesesteak there. So
They're awesome.
it was
So how was
it was good.
Dude,
That's
it's
it?
good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to say? Fantastic?
Oh, if it's from Philly, that's where it
I'm
came
gonna say
from.
for me, if I'm gonna eat a sandwich, it's gonna be a Cuban.
Yes, I love Cubans.
I do too,
Mm.
man.
Mm.
I do
So,
too.
did you have a Cuban in Cuba?
No.
I've not been to Cuba yet. I hear you
Cubans
can
are-
go,
Cubans are good.
Yeah.
but Cubans
Oh,
are good.
they're
Man.
good.
Yeah.
But she
Yes,
just
that's
said
good
she doesn't
sandwich.
eat something until she tries it in that country.
But still.
Well,
Cuban-
no, it has to be certain foods. Like there's something,
okay.
you know,
you
certain
can get
things.
a Cuban in Miami.
That's equally
good.
as good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Equally as good.
There are tons of Cubans.
Yeah.
in
You know, pizza
Miami.
in Italy, right? Although I had pizza here, but I want to have pizza in
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah.
I want to try
So, you
tiramisu
have a
in
question?
Italy. Yeah.
I was still involved with the sandwiches and all the good.
Yeah, we're
good
still
food.
we're still
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
food
yeah,
because
yeah.
that's what we do.
You would.
But of
You love
course,
food.
I'm a foodie.
We
Yeah.
need to get someone in there.
You're a
We-
foodie?
we need to
Are
get
you a
someone-
foodie?
Yeah.
I'm a foodie
Pretty
too.
much.
What
yeah.
what's your what
So
kind
I like-
anything or like
I like to cook. I like to cook a lot. I do a
You
lot
cook?
of cook. Yeah, I cook at home a lot.
me too.
Tonight I'll be making Cajun chicken pasta when I get home. So
You gonna bring me
Okay.
some?
yeah. So
You gonna bring me some?
Hey, I'm bringing cookies on the next round, so he's bringing.
Yeah, I'll
what are
bring
you
you-
bringing?
yeah,
He's
what do you
got
bring?
Cajun. What are you bringing?
Yeah. What the?
I'll bring in the wine.
No, I don't want any wine. You didn't make that.
I don't have to make
You know,
it.
you have to make it.
Oh, I have to make
This is
something?
you have to
Yes.
make it.
All right.
We're
all right,
pouring our
all right.
heart and
I'll
love
figure something
Yeah.
out.
and soul into this
I'll
food.
figure something out by the time this show's over. I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Okay,
But-
we
but,
expect it.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
a
And I
big-
don't want it to be like Haas and Pfeffer or tripe or like weird shit, haggis.
I made some
I'm not
hummus.
eating any
What's wrong
fucking
with
haggis.
What's wrong with haggis? Some pork.
He'd be like, "This is a
I made
sunfish's
I
butthole.
made this cheese
It's a
dip.
delicacy." I'll pass.
Yeah.
I made
I just
this,
lost my train of thought.
taco
Question.
dip.
Oh, I did have a question though.
Go ahead.
From all the shows that you've viewed and done in your life for singing, what's the weirdest thing an audience have done?
Ooh, very intriguing.
I figured you might like that one.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've seen any weird shit yet.
No one's done anything like thrown anything.
I mean, my
at
own
you?
family moons me, but that's not the same.
That is
I mean, like I've seen those asses a million times, so like that's not unheard of.
It's not what I
We
expected
call
either.
that the rare pink dolphin. Usually you see it in the water, it just kind of comes up and back down. It's like the Loch Ness monster. You just see it.
All right, what's the weirdest thing your band has done to the audience?
Probably nothing.
I'm not gonna say anything. I mean,
You
I
guys
go.
don't-
I
you
go.
guys don't move?
I did have somebody's face like they were dancing with me, and they're like their face was right here, which was I'm singing their face. All right, guess we're gonna own it. Like,
Is it because you're higher up on
En-
stage, or
enjoy
because he
them.
was short?
just enjoy them. So
Was he higher up on stage, or was he short?
she
Okay, then.
Oh, yeah.
was just very short.
That's just.
So yeah, very short. Although I
love
did,
you
which
so
was lovely.
much.
I had you singing. It was like I love you. My tits. You're muffled. Okay. I like it down here. It's nice. These are fabulous. So fabulous. But actually, last weekend at Mini Mountain Campground. So my good friend owns Mini Mountain Campground. She had us come out, and that's in New Carlisle. And there's awesome families there. And the families were having just a blast.
Yeah.
You know, all the kids were dancing and everything. And Mabel,
Mabel.
who is I think she was 1. She was in my arms for an entire set.
Oh, what? The kid's name Mabel?
Mabel, little blonde. She was the sweetest little thing.
Yeah.
She just,
Who's gonna let?
She would just
someone
come
hold
up
my
and-
child?
Yeah,
you
she would
would've
just
named
come
the
up and
kid
be like,
Mabel.
Oh,
This to
don't
me.
go there, Mabel.
and as you're singing, this little kid's doing this to you, you're going to pick that kid up.
Yeah.
So I did. And she sang with me the entire set.
I'm gonna do that to her next time she sings.
You have to be under 30 pounds, Joe. So I think that knocks you out.
Joe,
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
I need to lose weight. I'm
Yeah.
fat.
But I would say so far, that's the weird.
you're
I'm
fat.
fat.
Stop eating hot dogs, Joe.
I'm fat.
You're fat.
Hey, I need to lose 30 pounds.
Oh God, like honestly, like my mother's no hold barred. Like
So you, all the festivals you
The apple
played,
doesn't fall
probably.
far from the tree.
no, not at all. And actually, I have more my dad than my mom.
Oh, really?
Well, I realized when I was very young, you know, my dad was like the ruler of the roost, right?
Yeah.
But as I got older, my dad wasn't. I love you, Dad. Just remember this. My dad wasn't the ruler. My mom was. My dad was the army. My mother was a general. And she pulled the strings. She still does. I laugh. I make fun of my dad all the time. I was like, "Hey, Dad, Mom tell you to put those pants on today?" And you're like,
Give him
she
shit.
tell you that pair? She'll tell you a different one. He's like, "Shut up." I'm like, I think it's hilarious.
So all the festivals you've ever played. I know I've been down to Venetian. I ran Venetian stage for a
Mhm.
while. I seen all the crazy shit that
Sure.
the fans do and all that. You never seen anybody like do anything
Oh,
crazy?
I mean, I've seen people like fall over and they fall into the band sets and, you know, do some weird shit like that, or
Oh,
fall on me or grab me over the mic. You know, some of them do like that,
Yeah.
but they're just drunk.
Yeah.
And they're happy. I mean, it's not
Having a good
malicious.
time.
That's
Yeah, it's
right,
not
that's right,
malicious.
right,
So I
right.
help them up and, you know, it's not malicious.
You don't call them out. Ah,
No,
you fell,
no,
dumbass.
not if it was one of my friends of mine. you know? But, you know, most of the time it's not malicious. So it's not a bother to me. I don't see that at
Yeah.
all. Yeah. Yeah. People are pretty good to me. So
Any other
what else
What-
you got?
oh,
I do have 3 kids too, and they're awesome. I should probably mention them,
what's
too.
the ages?
Almost 25, 19, and almost 17.
okay. The
Yeah, daughter and 2 sons.
High
so.
school?
anybody wants to be a singer in your family?
No, actually, my youngest is a guitarist, and he
So
just
he does
started. Yeah,
follow
he's
music.
actually doing. He's the music kid.
Yeah.
He's my music kid. My daughter is in welding school.
Nice.
She's doing great. My middle son, Tibor, is at Texas A&M in biomedical engineering.
Wow.
Yep. And
Man.
my youngest is a senior this year. So
Lots of brains.
Senior
in there.
where?
lots of brains. We like
Yeah.
brains. Yeah.
Senior where?
Edwardsburg.
Edwards?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow. So you live in the Niles area?
Yeah, but it's a Edwardsburg school district where I'm
Yeah,
at. I'm out in the way out in the
You're out
country.
in the boonies.
Yes, I like my space. Again, I like
Yes.
that alone time. I like my space.
No wonder
Able to
you're
walk-
way out
Yeah,
there. You
if
get
I
alone
want to
time.
mow the lawn in a bikini,
You have no problem doing
oh,
it.
nope. And if I don't mow for 2 months,
Nobody
still
cares.
not a problem.
Nobody
I can
cares.
still
Nope.
mow. I can
Yeah,
still-
it's
still
I
see
like
people
country
mowing.
living. It's the best. I wave at my neighbors 2 miles away.
They can't see me. I still wave.
Can't see me. I'm
A
here.
lot of land just get away from everybody.
Yeah. In fact, I
cats.
just caught a groundhog the other day, so that was good.
So you hunt?
Nope, just caught a groundhog. It was
Just caught
pissing me off eating my tomatoes. So, Yeah.
Oh, so you garden then?
oh yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Do a lot.
I
of
don't
that.
watch TV. Well,
don't?
I do. I'll watch it if I'm forced to. I've had a couple surgeries. I fell down a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
It wasn't volleyball on their shoulder. I literally fell down stairs and
Ouch.
like tore everything. Right.
You still
Yeah.
find that
And
toy?
so I'm allergic to pain meds.
Oh, that's
So
gotta
instead, I
suck.
just get drunk on the couch and I'm
Yep.
like, beer me, kids. And the kids know, okay, I give them
Right.
on. So I have like this graveyard of White Claws and beers and whatever,
open
you
it
know,
for
for
you
like
with a
3
finger?
days. And then I'll
White
binge
Claws
the
and beer.
fuck out of stuff. But the problem is I'm so drunk, I can't remember any of it. So then I'm like, I'll sleep during 2. It'll keep playing. I'll sleep during 2 and I don't know where I'm at. So then I have to keep going back and it's a problem. It's a problem. So, but I'm not really a TV watcher. So you'd be amazed at all the shit you can get done if you're not on your phone or you're not on your
Yeah.
television.
That is a beauty.
And I don't think people realize that.
No, people don't.
Yeah. And I don't
So-
harp on them. Hey, that's your choice. You want it. And that's your brain
Exactly.
drain.
Exactly.
You do you. I think that's lovely. If that's the way that you want to relax, do it. My husband's a big person on his phone. Like it's attached to his umbilical cord. So
Sound like Tom with that tablet.
it is. I
at
swear,
work.
like my husband, doesn't leave his side. Now he has a big job too. So I
Yeah.
understand that.
Right.
But, you know,
What
and
does your husband do?
he's an IT guy. He's a nerd.
So that
Yeah.
nerd.
He's a computer nerd.
He's not a
The
jock.
nerd doesn't
though.
fall.
I
from the
was,
tree.
yes. He actually was an amazing wrestler. He also played basketball with me when we were in
Nerd
college.
jock. All right.
Yeah. So I'm actually, my first love is basketball.
Yeah.
It's my first love.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
being a
And then
center.
volleyball, also rugby. So those are my 3
Basketball
things.
is your first love.
It
Point
is.
guard. You say you
No,
played
center.
Center.
Well, I was
But-
point guard. I was a point guard
In the beginning,
till I was a junior, and then I became a center.
because you grew.
Because I
in
grew.
height.
Yeah. And
yeah,
you know,
that
when I
whole
went to
8
I
feet.
went to Brandywine.
I
So
played
it
against
wasn't like there was
Brandywine.
like a lot of tall kids
right
or
That's out the
girls.
country.
Yeah. So-
Played against Brandywine in high school.
Yeah.
You're a farm girl.
I am. I grew up in the country.
Yeah.
We had the small farm, you know, we had ducks, chickens, we butchered rabbits.
Yeah.
I did 4-H. I was in the Breads group. I know how to, you know, I did all that shit.
Killed
yeah.
rabbits. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I actually think
Look at
that
you.
my best, this is my thought. I don't want to hear any shit from
No
the crowd.
judgment.
Okay.
Oh, we're
If I ever
no
want,
judgment.
no
Oh, we're
judgment.
we're gonna judge you.
So if I ever
No,
want
I
to
won't
go
judge
on
it.
Survivor, this is my video.
Oh hell yeah! Interesting.
Me in a bikini and I'm skinning a rabbit. I don't say a fucking word.
Actually, that's pretty damn good. Actually,
Just
I
like,
thought
I
about
don't
it.
take my idea.
I thought about that. Just went. Well, damn, that's actually a pretty good
Yep.
idea.
And then I bow at the end, curtsy.
And you bow at the end. You do a drop mic and just
Yeah.
drop the knife. Ha.
I do remember my older brother and my dad playing catch with a full bladder of a rabbit.
Really?
And
What?
my very first memory as a young child, I was probably 2.5. So we made sausage at the house, you know, Hungarian, right? So we had huge Hungarian parties, and you had Hungarian music going on, all the violins and the gypsy music, and you know, although don't ever call a Hungarian a gypsy. That's actually a negative term. So don't ever call a
Whatever.
Hungarian gypsy.
Never even thought of it.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's actually a negative term. So
Okay.
so anyway, it was Hungarian hour in South Bend. South Bend is the second settled area for Hungarians.
Hungarians.
Cleveland is the first.
Really?
So there was Hungarian hour on Sunday. So we had this big party. Everybody's drinking and Hungarian music going. I remember I was just tall enough my eyes could see over the table. And there is a black hog's head on a platter.
Nice.
That's my first memory as a child. which probably explains my serial killer fascination. But that's that's neither here nor
Is that
there.
why you went to medical school and all that?
No, that's just why I'm
Okay,
a little
Dexter.
awkward. Dexter's actually one of my favorite Netflix things. So
Dexter.
yeah. And my kids are always like, "Are you listening to Serial Killer podcast again?" Yes.
Actually, that's a pretty
Put
good
the
podcast.
lotion on the skin.
Yes. It puts the lotion on its skin, or
That's
it gets the
actually-
hose again.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good podcast, though. You ever listen to it?
Mm.
I like listening to it.
I will say this though. It's not the blood and gore. I don't care for that. That's not what I like. I like the psychology.
Yeah.
How did they become that?
Oh.
And a lot of it's terrible.
Yeah.
How they become that.
Yeah.
But I love the psychology of it.
Behind
Like
those,
that's
yeah.
fascinating to me.
I get fascinated every time we think about and talk about Charlie Manson and all that stuff.
All that.
He was actually a smart, brilliant man.
Some of those super.
Yeah.
If you ever realize the people that are the most brilliant are usually the most fucked up too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
They really are. The people that are the most brilliant usually are the most unstable.
And they never
So-
finished college.
A lot of them don't.
They never.
A lot of them don't. Or they're just very, very awkward.
Yeah.
The smartest people are like the most
Socially
socially
awkward.
awkward
And-
people.
And they made
Yeah.
their inventions in a basement or a garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of them.
Yeah. you think it's funny, but
Be
it's out there. It's
surprised
amazing.
by who you think is sane or whatever the case may be, but a lot of these guys are just out there,
Oh.
and people don't realize it. I was thinking of
Those are my people. Though.
Once you
I
said
love those people.
that, I was thinking
Yeah.
the
You know where I find them? The most brilliant ones that are crazy. So I belong to a bunch of prepper Facebook groups. Now, don't think I'm weird for it
Oh,
no,
I'm judging
trust
you
me,
right
I
now.
know
because they come up
I
with the most
understand.
ingenious shit I've ever seen.
I understand that. 'Cause
Absolutely ingenious.
I do it myself.
Yeah, it's like they take, here's a stick, here's a piece of tape, and here's a bullet, and somehow they're going to make power out of it and fucking filter water. What the fuck?
It's a
How are you doing that shit in a diaper? There you go. They're like the MacGyvers of now, and I'm like absolutely fascinated by them.
So
Yeah.
I was just thought about this. You know how you said Survivor?
Yeah.
In Amazing Race, because I applied for it, but you had to fill out a questionnaire, and this one question was,
I did not know that about
it's
You did, huh?
yeah. This question was,
Survivor. Huh?
if
Yeah.
no
Amazing
Amazing
Race.
Race. So the question was, if you see a passport on the ground from your component that's ahead of you, and they're in line ahead of you, and you see them drop it, what do? A, pick it up and tell them so they can get on the plane. B, pick it up and put it somewhere. Or C, or no, it was like B, pick it up and not tell them until you pass the line. Or C, pick it up and take it back with you on the plane
Not telling it at all.
and not tell them at all.
D, hand it to the airplane people that will deal with the lost and found.
Oh, screw that. I said C. I'm going to pick that fucker up and I'm taking it on the plane with you. So they don't, it's a race.
Well, I'm going to give it to lost and found because
It's
that
a
way they can't
race.
say, well, you sabotaged me. No, bitch, you dropped it. And I
Yeah.
put it in lost and
Oh,
found.
no, I sabotaged him. Screw that shit. It's a race.
I'm just doing it passive aggressively.
So, yeah,
Agreed. It's a race. You're trying to win.
I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
I think I
Cutthroat
think I
mentality.
could do Naked and Afraid. I actually think I could do Naked and Afraid.
Yes, I think I can too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Naked and Afraid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
The
What
only thing,
What if it's really cold outside?
I wouldn't care. Hell yeah. I like
well, his
cold. I'm-
nipples could cut things. So, I could cut many things.
Oh, like mine can. Look, talk about women here. They're even get bigger. Laser beams shoot out. Milk just shoots out and it just cuts the glass.
See, and he's got milk too. That's sustenance, right? Like, although I may not be drinking that shit, but you can drink it.
You can do Naked and Afraid. You think so?
I think I could.
Sometimes those places where they take you, it's a trip.
I can't do cold though.
It's a trip. I
I
don't know.
can never do cold. I'm not. I
Don't-
hate
yeah.
If
the
you ever
cold.
watch those shows, I'm thinking this is my thing about Naked and Afraid. I kind of hate the show because Naked and Afraid, you might see something. I don't care about that shit, but I'm thinking, why are you showing it if you gotta bleep it out?
What's TV?
TV.
Then why show
It's
it?
for ratings.
It's
They got to show the ratings.
Oh, I want to see that nipple.
Not just that. I've been thinking you can't see anything.
Unless
if
it's
they-
like a pepperoni nipple, and then
if
you
they-
know, on a dude,
Yeah.
and then
I mean,
we're
they
like,
kill it and they
that looks like a
swim.
fucking teacup.
Or it's
Suck-
like some
you know,
Canadian
saucer cup.
ham.
Like-
I get pissed.
Canadian ham.
They're like, did you take that
that's a-
shit off with Egg McMuffin?
If it's
You
a
just slap
Canadian
'em on your
ham
chest.
size,
Yeah.
that's a
I
turn
get
off.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I get
Nope.
pissed. I it's mother shit.
I'm gonna be like this, Joe. I'm not gonna lie. You guys feel? I'll be like, I don't know. I can my eyes open.
Joe's got a pepperoni size aerial.
You like pepperoni, don't you?
Oh, no.
Scoot back, Joe. Scoot back.
Get away from me, Joe.
I got wheels.
You better get away from me, man.
I do think I could do Naked and Afraid. My only thing is obviously the 8 billion mosquitoes. Now, I mean, you could cover yourself in mud. I mean, that will help
that
a
works.
little
It
bit,
works.
right?
It works.
It does. It works to a point.
To a point. Yeah.
Yeah,
what was
but
that laugh though?
Me?
No. Oh,
She's
come on.
breathing.
I laugh at everything.
You laugh at that hard?
I laugh a lot.
Yeah.
If it's not funny, you having fun in life? Fuck it.
Yeah. You gotta laugh.
If we're not laughing at shit, like, what's the point?
That's
Anyway, get back to what you were saying.
What
was I saying?
What were we
I was just talking
talking
about pepperoni
With
nipples. I got
mosquitoes.
confused.
Mosquitoes in the mud.
He wants to think about it in the mud. He likes
So
mud.
I could do that, and then like
I've done that before. I mean, put mud
Yeah.
all over my body and
so my
kayaking.
parents had a creek.
yeah.
My parents had a creek, and
Yeah.
every year that's what we did is we just covered ourselves in clay.
Yeah.
Like constantly. It's just what we did every day. We just go down and cover ourselves. And then we go into the pond. We had a big stagnant duck shit filled pond. And we had a butt buster, right? We had a butt so you jump in that water, you'd run, then you're covered in duck shit and muck. You'd run to the creek, wash off, cover yourself in clay, come back and do it again. Like
Yeah.
we did this, and then my parents, you weren't allowed in the house till they hosed you off. You literally stood outside and they went,
lay you down.
hose you down, and then you were allowed in the house. Like that's
turn like you're in prison.
turn,
Makes
turn,
sense.
turn. Yeah,
Makes
literally, that's what they did.
Turn. Oi.
Yeah.
Separate.
Yeah, yeah. Spread the cheeks. Got it.
That's
That-
pretty cheap.
Spread the cheeks. Okay.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
You're good.
I think this is the most I've laughed all in any podcast. I swear.
Pretty close.
Oh, we're coming back on a second one. We're
Yeah,
bringing
for you.
cookies
For
and
you.
Cajun pasta
I don't know
Cajun
yet.
pasta.
I'm talking
and,
about
Joe-
it.
and the
Joe
unknown
can cook.
Joe
That's
food.
right. Yes. The unknown. Because
The unknown.
shit, that'll be in December, so I had to find something good.
No, you're gonna find it at the store probably. You cook?
Yeah, I cook. I like to cook.
Like what?
I like chicken Alfredo.
Just one thing.
Chicken Alfredo. I love making chicken Alfredo.
You make it from scratch? Or
Yes, I can make my sauce from
Alright.
scratch. Yeah,
That's all I
not the
do.
noodles anymore.
Well, that is your thing right
No.
there. That one. That's your main. That is the thing you cook the best.
Your go-to thing. What
What's your
is it?
go-to? If you gotta impress somebody, what's your thing?
It would be that, but my girlfriend doesn't like chicken Alfredo. She doesn't like chicken or Alfredo, so I was screwed.
Screwed. So, backup plan.
Yeah.
Contingency plan.
For her, I always cook steak. It's always steak.
Oh,
on the grill.
I'm. That's fine.
Yeah, she
Okay.
likes steaks on the grill.
And you're good at that.
With her grill that I brought over, no, because it's But yeah,
Are
it's
you a
always
charcoal
tasty.
griller?
She is.
Or are you a
she's
propane
charcoal.
griller?
I'm
She's
propane.
you're propane,
I'm
okay.
propane. She's charcoal. It kills
So you
me.
don't like charcoal.
I hate fucking charcoal. It takes too
Well,
fucking
really?
long. I'm hungry. I want to eat.
You're charcoal. You're
I can
charcoal.
do either or.
I can do
Either
either
or.
or, but I do either or, but
Charcoal's
I'm
good.
hungry.
Because
It's better flavor, but
yeah, it is.
I'll give you that. It's better flavor.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm happy for whoever's cooking a fucking steak.
Yeah.
I
Not
like
gonna lie. If you're cooking a steak, I don't give a shit how you're doing it, but as long as it's medium rare,
Yes.
I'm happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not me. Not me.
Yeah, not you over there.
No, not
Now
so
you,
much.
you're
What?
charcoal.
What does yours have to be?
Well-
no, dude.
I might walk out of here
I'm
if you
not-
tell me well. I might,
the
I might
fuck?
just
Say, are
stand
you
up
well?
and walk
Give
the
me-
fuck
give
out.
me a
Well.
stereotype.
No, are you
Give
well?
me a stereotype.
No, because you said mid rare. No,
No, medium.
you're more medium.
Medium.
Rare.
No, it's
I
not
do-
far much
That's
farther
not far
from mine.
off.
Medium.
Fuck that. Just bloodier the better.
No.
Yeah, bloodier the better.
I don't
Cheers.
Cat, let the cow walk
Yeah.
past you, just slap it in the
Yeah.
ass. Yeah.
Slap it in the ass.
Slap it in the ass, cut her up.
Or how they
It's
how
done.
they
It's
say it,
done.
how they say in the cowboy way, just cut off the head, slip it over on skillet, and serve it.
They said that?
That's about right.
Yeah.
That's about right. 4 minutes
that
on each
means-
side
Yep.
for.
I don't know, man. Something about the
What, blood?
blood. Yes.
That's the best part.
That is the best.
That's not the best part.
Oh,
That's
you
the
got to
best.
sock the
Weirdo.
potatoes. in
Yes.
that.
See?
You got to
Yes.
sock the
Sock the
potatoes.
Yeah, you get
You take your
potato.
bread
Potato
and
just oozes
sop
into
it.
it.
My
Yeah.
Sop it up.
blackness will not allow it.
With bread.
So there's something we do. So we have in Hungary we have what's called salona, and salona is like it's like imagine so pork belly,
Yeah.
over a fire,
Okay.
right? And you take the drippings and you put that on your bread, right?
Make me hungry.
Or we do what's called depertu, which depertu is goose fat. Now I know you're thinking, oh, that's disgusting. No, it's fucking fabulous. And you can put that on there, and you got hot peppers, and you got
I've
salami,
had
and
that.
you got your Hungarian sausage or whatever on
Yeah.
it, a couple of onions.
All right. Maybe
Yeah.
you can convince me to taste it.
That's a very European thing.
Yeah.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, but man, that's like
I've had that.
breakfast over there.
Yeah.
I've had that because my great grandmother was Hungarian, Czech, and
Sure.
Hungarian, somewhere on there.
Yeah.
And my great grandfather was Austrian. So just like how you're saying, he left the war at the same time on the World War II because he didn't want to go do the whole thing like Hitler made him do, is
Yes.
do all that and be part of it, because he said, be part of me or you get killed
Correct.
and your whole
With
family.
or, you
Correct.
with or without me.
Yeah.
They
And
made
he-
my grandfather
and-
do the
yeah.
same thing.
And so they made my grandfather do that. And so the second time it came around, he says, oh, we're packing up. Pretty much he packed up 9 kids and they came over. And when they separated, one line was with the oldest and the other line was with them. And that's why half my family has one end and the other half
Yeah.
has 2 ends.
When we came here,
Yep.
they changed our name, the spelling of the name, so you would say it correctly.
What's your maiden name?
It used to be Kovac. Right?
Kovac.
But they used to be Kovacs because CS in Hungarian is a ch sound, right?
Yeah.
But now when you see that, people call it Kovacs, right? They call it Kovacs.
Yeah.
But my grandfather was like, no, you're going to pronounce my name right. So he changed it when they came through Ellis Island to put the H on it so they would say it correctly.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, they were same thing. So my grandfather was forced to fight for the Germans for a
Yeah.
little bit, but he hated them.
He hated him too.
But of course, when you conquer a country, they're going to put them on the front line, let
Yeah.
them get killed
Of
first,
course.
right?
But
Yeah.
he was a translator. My grandfather was a
Oh, no shit.
was a translator, so he had to go into the towns and talk to everybody and say, "Hey, you got this 2 options:
Yeah.
be part of it, not be part of it. Okay, if not, we're invading, and we're gonna take over."
Right.
Pretty much.
So my grandfather, back in Hungary, you had 2 jobs. You had a white collar job, you had a blue collar job. He was a professor and he was a plumber. It was his 2 jobs, right?
Plumbers are awesome.
He was going around at night with a priest putting up posters against the communists.
That's
yeah.
awesome. Good
They
for
went
him.
home, they caught the priest. The priest ratted out my grandfather. I mean, obviously, they're probably torturing him, right?
Yeah.
I can't blame that guy. My grandfather saw them coming up the front. My grandmother was 8 months pregnant with my uncle. My father was 3. They ran out the back door. The only thing that my grandmother could grab was her cookbook on the table and my dad. That is all they had.
The old school recipes.
Literally all they had.
Yeah.
I mean, they had literally 3 seconds to get out the fucking door.
Yeah.
So they went to my great grandmother's, who at the time owned a bar, right? Which is very rare for the time.
It is,
But-
actually.
You didn't put your money into banks because they just take your money. You put it in intangible goods, jewelry, items, things
Yep.
to trade. So they bribed because it was Russian occupation at the time. So they bribed 2 Russian guards on the luggage train into Austria. And my grandfather, my grandmother who was pregnant, and my dad were in the corner. And my great grandmother, who was sturdy, I'm just gonna say she's sturdy.
Oh, you're being nice.
She's
Yeah.
she's a field worker. I mean, a
Yeah.
woman wasn't a European
Solid
woman,
woman.
solid
Yeah.
Solid
woman,
yeah.
lovely woman. Stood up around them like this, covered them while they built the luggage over my grandmother, my great grandmother.
No shit.
No shit. As they went, they were coming into Austria, but they stopped the train to check the luggage, to check for people.
Yeah.
And the guards were moving the luggage, and my grandmother, as she told it to us, she said she could see them through the cracks, and she, they're all freaking out. And then the grace of whatever, God, whatever we want to call it,
Yeah.
the train started moving. They jumped off. They made it into Austria. They were there for 3.5 years.
Nice.
My uncle was born there. And then my aunt, once they got over here, my aunt was born here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty harrowing story.
Yeah.
My great grandfather is actually what they call it's like the unknown person. Jane Fonda, who's a communist, was in the 1970s at Notre Dame talking about how great communism is and everything, right?
Yeah.
And my grandfather broke through the security and got up on stage. He was the unknown man.
Wow.
And talked against communism, against Jane Fonda. That was my grandfather.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who didn't like my grandfather. My grandfather's grandfather. Awesome man. I think he was great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. And
So
he
if we
loved,
believe it,
and
yeah.
he used to tell me all the time, "You're my favorite." I know. So I'm sure he told that to all the kids, but I always
Actually,
like to
no.
think it was just for me. But
So to get what you're saying, my great grandmother, she was awesome. At 90 years old, she died at 93. At 90 years old, she was still out in her garden because no one goes in her garden. No animal. No,
that sounds like my grandmother. Same.
no nothing. She still grabbed her Louisville Slugger because she saw something eating her plants. Grabbed her Louisville Slugger that was by her back door and start killing this turtle, just smashing the shit out of it. Yeah, that's big old snapping turtle. Just smashing the shit out of it. Cracked the shell. And then she made turtle soup.
2 for 1.
Yeah, fuck that turtle.
Yep.
2 for 1.
Yep.
Hey, well, she
She
going to
was
utilize
awesome.
what she got on the
Yeah.
land. So,
Yep. She was awesome lady. I loved her.
my
It was on
mother.
the menu now.
So my
Yeah, it
mother
was.
has been killing it. This is the funniest shit. I love my mother is hilarious. But she's like at number 1, I think it's 168 or something like that. There has been some animal in their attic for 10 years. They've been up in the attic 100 times. They've put poison. They've done everything. Like they've tried to check for holes. They've literally done. They've had people come over check for. There's an animal up in the attic, and they hear it. So my mom bought a cage a couple years back. I don't know, 5 years back, 6 years back, and now she just catches random whatever. So there's, raccoons, feral cats, possums,
Yeah.
squirrels, whatever. And then they go drown it in the pond. They just throw the cage in the pond, drown it, and then they drag out the carcass and they throw it on they literally have a flock of vultures that they feed. It's now their pets. And I'm like, Mom, you're fucking killing the ecosystem down here. And every once in a while she'll call me and go, 168. Hang up. Like,
She keeps count.
She keeps count. She's got it on her calendar. She literally, it's like, check off. Got
She keeps
168.
Seriously?
Yeah, she has. She has how many raccoons she's got, how many possums she's got. Oh, it's hilarious.
Dude, I wanna
But
meet
the-
this
the
lady.
funny
I want to
thing-
meet this lady. This lady
Oh.
sounds awesome.
And my mother's
I
a
want
night.
stories.
She was a night nurse for 38 years.
Oh, is that where you get
So
it from?
yeah. So growing up, so my dad, like I said, she raised all of us, right? But when I was about 6, she went to LMC here and became a nurse.
That's awesome.
And then she was a night nurse her whole life. Worked 6 12s always
Shit.
for years
6
for extra money. Yeah, yeah.
Holy
She did her full-time
crap.
job and then pulled extra,
I'm
right?
sure the wages were lower.
Then,
back
right?
then.
Well,
Yeah.
But that
well,
woman worked.
Holy crap.
And then, so she would come home, she'd be asleep. So then my dad took over the responsibility. And my older sister and brother were like, they were already on doing their shit. But
Yeah.
I was still young and my brother was still young. So you can totally tell who my dad raised more and who my mom raised more. So my little brother and I are just like my dad. We're extroverts. We're out there, we're people, we're people persons,
Yeah.
like, yeah. My little brother's a salesman, just like my dad, and he looks just like him too. And then my older brother and sister are more on they're brilliant. Like,
do they get that from their mother?
yeah. Well, my dad too. My dad's no slouch, but my mother is brilliant.
That's awesome.
And yeah. And my older brother's a mechanical engineer. My older sister is a pharmacist. So, but they're the more quiet. You can tell who raised them more. They're the
Right.
more quiet ones, right? Now, I did get a little bit of my mom, so I got some things from my
You
mother.
got the spunk.
I got the spunk from my dad. Spunks from my dad. But my black and white, bluntness is from my mother. Absolutely blunt. The woman will tear you apart, but she's the nicest woman on the planet. And she is better than any ESPN person I know in basketball. I took her to the Final Four. It was the best thing I ever did. It was the best thing I ever did for my mother because, we're both huge basketball fans, right? And we love college. I hate NBA because they're all a bunch of fucking babies. So I want to watch college, right?
True.
It is true.
I give her credit.
And so my mom will call me and go, hey, Purdue and Indiana are playing tonight. They're big mans. This is their free throw percentage. This is their point. This is their point guard. This is how many turnovers they had. This is what they have. And so
She's got
this
all the
is the
stats
points
down.
in her head.
Wow.
She go to the games?
Wow.
Very rarely. Hear my dad fight. My dad's like, no, game's on. If it's basketball seasons, mom's watching it.
Terry,
I'm not gonna lie.
Seriously.
This is
you can't hold off. We're almost done.
yeah. So
Twice. Can't hold one. I can't hold the show yet.
I'm gonna have to get him a shiwi.
Yeah, right in the trash can.
I got
over
a
there.
trash can and a shiwi. But no, my mother knows more than any ESPN. And the best thing I ever did, I took her to Houston about 2 years ago and went to the semifinals of the Final Four because I wanted to see 2 games, not one. And I always think that semifinals are better than the finals anyway. I don't ever think that the finals is a really good game.
Really?
You know,
don't
Right.
think so?
no, rarely it is. It's usually a blowout.
It depends on
It-
yeah.
It's
depends on-
usually like a
like-
blowout,
You
Well,
got a
right?
good point.
okay, yeah.
That's a good point.
But I'm like, if I'm going to pay a shit ton of money, I'm going to see 2 games that night.
Right.
All right.
So
Right.
yeah,
I want to hear your opinion now.
Mhm.
Since you're a basketball and
Mhm.
everything else, college fan,
Mhm.
do you think Caitlin is booming the women's NBA?
absolutely.
And
If you look at the statistics on it,
I know, but do you believe that she's the one that's doing it, or did it progressively started with other people and she's now the top dog?
maybe a little bit with other people because
Yeah.
Arika Agambale,
I mean,
Yeah.
even
like
yeah,
she's pretty
out of Notre Dame,
fabulous. I
yeah.
mean,
Plays for
you
Dallas.
watch her. I mean, I was at that game when she hit those 2 buzzer
I was
shots.
too.
Yeah.
I
Were
was
you
at-
too?
I
I
was
was
at the
like,
finals.
holy shit!
I
Yeah,
was at
like
the finals.
that's what I'm saying.
absolutely.
I
was at
think
the finals.
Caitlin is phenomenal and a great NBA player and a great,
WNBA.
yeah.
You know, and you look
A
at
great
Diana,
player and
like
all.
you look at
Yes.
Diana Taurasi, who's been in the WNBA for years
Yes.
now.
Yes.
You know, you watch her, and I believe she was from UConn with
Yeah.
Gino.
Well,
Yeah.
even Jewel
And-
Lloyd and all the other ones. I mean, yeah.
Like to me, like Diana Taurasi, to me, amazing. Like I watch her, and
she's good.
Sue Bird and Cheryl Swoops,
Hall of
and
Fame.
those all the
Hall of
oldies,
Fame.
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
You know, Rebecca Lobo. I remember watching Rebecca Lobo,
Yes.
and of course they're oldies now. But you look at some of the young players, like I said, Erica. I always say her last name wrong.
Welcome back, Terry.
Welcome back, Terry. You feel better?
Terry Gilman back in the house.
Terry's
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, you need to do a show without breaking the bladder.
but I have
But
to.
let's put a tube right to
I think Caitlin Clark is the Michael Jordan media
for the
statistics for the WNBA.
Yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So that's what I'm saying. Are there
She's-
amazing good players? Yes, there is. But she's an outlier.
But with her,
She's pulling statistics that none of them have. And if
Yeah.
you look at the
In her
stats
rookie year.
themselves,
in her rookie year.
even with the men, if you look at the college men and women's statistics, they're all in a bunch right here.
you're right. Yes.
Caitlin was over here.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Hey,
look at that. There's no denying it. It's statistics. It's not an opinion.
No, I
That's
know.
that's stats.
But
That's
it-
reality.
But if you look at when they said she broke the record for most points, that's even in the NBA from the guys and everything
Yes,
else.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As for a rookie,
Yeah.
For a rookie. So when you look
she
at
was in
that,
college, when she scored the most points.
Yeah.
She did that from anything, even
well,
the guys.
That's yeah. Okay.
I mean, she is.
I give her that.
phenomenal
I give her
player.
that.
she is a phenom right now, and she deserves the
do
attention. Yes, I do. I think they screw her out of the Olympics. I do.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand that, there's
I don't think
always
it's
going to
good.
be rivalries. I do understand their Angel Reese thing, and that's fine. That's great. There's always going to be. I had one in high school. I've had one in college. I
Yeah.
mean, you're always going to have a rivalry. That's just that's what makes good. I hate to say it. That's what makes good writing and good
Yeah.
news and good.
I don't think they
ratings.
screwed her. I don't think they screwed her. I think she needed the break. I think she needed the break because she was still doing good, doing the best assist player,
Mhm.
breaking that record there. I think she needed that break. Now, after that break, and now she's more pissed.
She's even hit more
and
records.
she's hitting more
I wouldn't say
records
pissed.
now.
I would
She
say
just
pissed.
hit what 30,
yes.
30 some
And
points
she's
in a
on
game.
her 13th
Yeah.
double. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
She's
it's
polished now.
yeah. She's now
well.
getting better. I think she needed that break.
I don't know if it was necessarily a break.
I think
But,
she needed that time to be mental.
Is there another one in 4 years? Yes, and she better be on that one because if she's not on that one, there's going to be an
Yes.
uproar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
she's
yeah.
not in her sophomore year, as far as basketball goes, if she doesn't do the same thing, even better.
I think she will.
I think she will too.
I think, yeah.
Well, everybody does, but you never know what happens.
True.
Right,
I
and
give
that's
you
very
that.
true.
You
Yeah.
never
I'll
know
give you
what
that. Yes.
I agree.
She couldn't break her ankle or whatever.
Right.
The case would be.
And she could. You're absolutely
and
correct on that.
That
Yep.
should have shut.
Oh, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
No, I think we need her on. I think we need to have a show and talk about basketball. I think we need a women's voice.
Oh, I'm
in.
in.
I think she's in.
Oh, yeah. Without
I
doubt.
think we
Any
need that.
sports, I'll
I think we
fucking
need her.
talk.
know
I
you
think we
will.
need her.
You know what?
I think we
will.
need
Yeah.
her for a women's voice. I think we need her on.
But
I'm in.
as far as she
I don't talk football though.
Yeah.
Not a football
You can't be on
person.
the
football
show.
season's coming around.
We can't.
It's
It's
right
on
now.
right now.
It's only
starts this
11
week.
minutes
Yeah.
of play. I rather watch rugby,
Tomorrow-
which
starts
is way more.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't have you on then.
Fine, I won't bring the
Basketball
cookies,
starts.
bitch. Chill. Eat them myself.
Basketball starts.
Like, I'll give them to Terry on his piss break.
Just bring cookies
Oh,
in.
he keeps taking breaks.
we'll talk
so-
It's because I'm going to make sure there's cookies out there for Terry, Joe.
about Terry loves cookies.
Honestly, yeah, dude, he's gonna be waiting for him outside though. Can't hold.
All
the
right,
flag.
guys, we're towards the end of the
Ooh,
podcast.
Final thought time. Huh?
Yes, this is the final thought time.
Okay.
Let her go.
You want
first.
to go first?
I got to think about mine.
Do I have a final thought?
Yeah.
A final thought. You can also plug. You can also talk about your upcoming shows.
No, let's talk about the upcoming shows.
So
So that's a
there
good
you
thing
Do
too.
that.
So we're at Jay's this Friday, and the next weekend we are at Four Winds Casino in New Buffalo.
All right. Four Winds.
Poolside. We're closing out their season.
you're
Oh,
closing- you're
yeah.
closing
Yeah, we
the
are.
pool
We're
out.
closing the pool out.
That's
so
cool. That's
nice.
I think that's a great gig for us.
That's
so.
a cool show.
Yeah,
That's a cool
yeah,
little
yeah.
venue.
And actually, we're back at Sandbar October 5th.
All right.
And
All
I told
We're waiting for
Kendra,
right.
Kendra's going to come in and practice with us. Kendra, just so you crowds knows, Kendra's one of the waitresses who also sings at the bar.
Yeah.
And so she's going to come in while we're practicing, hopefully, and maybe one or two songs she'll
I
sing with
did
us
not
while
know
we're there.
that.
Yeah.
All right,
I did
Kendra
not-
K.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't know she's.
I didn't know you did that.
I'm hoping that she'll
plug for
join
you
us.
there.
Yeah. So hopefully Kendra will come in and you'll get to see that too.
All right.
Yeah.
So
all
your
right.
next show's at
Jay's,
Jay's.
this
in the
Friday
Four Winds.
at
This
8 o'clock.
This Friday, you go to Jay's.
Go to
people.
Jay's and Niles.
Awesome
Yep.
show.
Yep. And then the following weekend after that is at Four Winds in New Buffalo at Poolside. Yep.
Yep.
And I think it's either 9 or 10 o'clock. I think we start that.
And then after that, the Sandbar, come check her out.
Yep. That's in
Sandbar.
October. Yep.
That's
October.
local.
Local.
So my final thought, huh?
All right. Go
All
ahead.
right. So my final thought, I always get pretty emotional with it though, but this time you're an awesome guest.
Thank you.
Wear many hats. You wear many hats, but you're awesome for all your hats that you wear.
Thank you.
From being a mom to a professor to a traveling professor to a fucking rock star.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
that.
awesome for all of it, and you keep on living that dream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
All right.
now your
It's my turn?
Yes, it's your
All
turn.
right, guys. This is the most I've laughed in a long time on the podcast. I'm seriously, I had to wipe my eyes from tears. It was funny as hell.
I'm gonna have to dab them with a hanky, like.
And as long as you bring cookies.
Go ahead.
But I thank you for coming in.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. We've
and
been
thank
talking
you for
about-
inviting me.
We talked about this
we
for
did.
a month.
We did. We talked about it for a month, and I
Yeah.
said I'm in.
And we just like, give me the date. And I'm like, you got to be on. And because you're a firecracker.
No.
You
Yeah.
definitely
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
you bring the show everywhere you go. Guys, I want
Thank
you to I want you to thank this my guest right here. Idiko Widman. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bam! I said it right. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
Perfect execution.
And again,
fucking
thank you for
time.
having me on.
No problem.
It's my
at all.
first It's my first podcast.
But
So
Oh,
so
we
yeah.
killed
broke her
it.
cherry.
So yeah, you broke the
killed it.
cherry. I'm
You
no
killed
longer
it.
a podcast virgin.
You killed it, and I thank you for coming.
Thank you.
No pun intended.
Later.
Bonus.
Sorry.
Oh
Thank you
yeah.
for showing up.
Bow, bow.
All right, guys. Thank you for.
This is great.
Holy crap! This is too much.
This was great.
This is. I can never. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming to the podcast. Next week, join us again, 8 p.m. We got another great guest, 2 great guests. I won't tell you who it is till next week. But